To make this delicious stuffed methi paratha, you're going to need about one bunch of methi, which I have kind of chopped into smaller pieces, and I have added 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and about 3/4 teaspoon of salt to taste. Okay, I'm now going to add 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Lovely. Okay, now important thing is to mix this really good before we add our wheat flour to make the paratha. So mix this very well so that all the spices, the salt, everything is mixed really well. It's not at one side. Lovely. Okay, once that is done, I'm going to add about 2 cups of wheat flour. Now I'm going to make this for 2 people, so I'm going to need nice stuffed 4 parathas at least. But if you need more, you can increase the quantity of your methi. You can use 2 bunches because it has to be really rich in the methi to be nice and stuffed. Okay, so I've added my 2 cups of wheat flour. Now while you're making the paratha, you just need to go separating the methi. Use the flour to kind of separate the methi, otherwise they'll remain in bunches, and then every bite would have a lot of methi. We just want it to be right. Go about doing this. Now to this you can actually add some amchur powder if you like, or some mango powder, but methi in itself is quite sour, so I'm not going to add that. This itself will taste lovely. Now at this stage you could also add some paneer if you like, some grated paneer or cottage cheese to make this more rich. The traditional taste of the paratha without any of the added delicacies, just the methi, also tastes lovely. And trust me, more than the methi paneer paratha, just the plain stuffed methi paratha goes beautifully in our restaurants. Okay, so now you see these are all separated really well, and you can actually separate off the leaves from each other. They're not like stuck to each other in a bunch. Okay, that's the way it should be. Lovely. Now I'm going to try to pack this up into an atta. So I'm just going to use some water. Now just the way you make chapatis or Indian flatbread, you could just add little water. The only difference being here, we add water little by little. Okay, because we don't want it to become very soggy. Just try and make it into a nice dough. Now as I got my dough right, I have added about 1 tablespoon of oil, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to mix this on all sides so that the oil could penetrate well into the dough and make it nice and moist, because we want our parathas to be nice and soft as well. So go a little hard on it because you want the oil to kind of penetrate deep inside. Lovely. Now one of the tests to make this paratha is you have to get this color right. So if you add the right amount of spices, the right amount of methi, and just the right amount of flour, we don't add a lot because otherwise your methi will get lost and it will no longer be a stuffed methi paratha. Lovely. Look at my dough. Okay, I'm just going to make it nice and straight so that I can make my roundies. So here I have my paratha rolls nice and round, and I've just kept some dry paratha to pat it while making the entire paratha surface. So I have made, like I said, I made it for 2 people. So I have made about 8 parathas. Okay, and now I'm just going to pat it and put it into a nice round shape, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Until then, take a nice non-stick tawa pan, and in a separate bowl with spoon take about 50 grams of butter. I have taken unsalted low-fat butter. You could take really any, and I'm going to wait until my butter melts, and until then I'm going to make my parathas. I'm going to show you. So our tawa is going to become nice and hot. All you do is take one of the roundies in your hand and pat it at the center. Just press it down like this, turn it around, press it down again. Okay, pat it with dry wheat flour on all sides, including the edges, so that we have a nice round shape and the methi does not come out. I'm just going to So there you go, I have my paratha. I've made it nice and round, and I've used this wooden board, and I've used this, so I've kind of made it like a chapati. So I'm gonna now keep these ready until my tawa becomes nice and hot. I'm gonna melt my butter. I have my melted butter here, which I'm just gonna pick up. It's kind of ready. Lovely. Now my tawa has to be nice and hot, so I need to check that. If it's not hot, then you just need to wait for it to become nice and hot. Now that my tawa is nice and hot, I'm just going to add some butter on either sides. Okay, just ensure you grease the tawa really well. Lovely, this is nice and hot. I'm now going to drop in my first paratha like this. Okay, ensure your flame is to the max for a paratha. Now once you see that the paratha has got beautifully coated, take a nice clean cloth and dab it at the edges. Then toss it around. Lovely. Dab it at the edges again and pull it out. So just drop it. Lovely. At the ends, drop some melted butter, just a little. Okay. Once again, this is done, so I'm just going to dab it at the edges. Middle, toss it around. Lovely. Dab it at the edges. Lovely. Get it out. I'm going to drop my paratha. Grease it with butter. Lovely. Okay. Start dabbing the sides. And the reason we dab the sides is because in a paratha, since it's heavier, in all chances, if you don't dab it, the sides may not get cooked and it may taste a little raw. If the methi is coming out, if you press it like this, it gets cooked automatically. Turn it around. Wow, it tastes amazing. See? So that's the way your parathas look. Lovely, isn't it? It tastes awesome. I've just served this with pickle and a little yogurt. You could use ketchup as well, but eat this and say it's gonna taste awesome. So thank you very much, and hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and you guys will try it out in your homes. And do write to me if in case you want me to really teach you or to cook with you a recipe of your choice. I'll be more than happy, because I believe in inspiring a lot of people to cook, and now that I have that kind of expertise, I want to pass it on to everyone. So thank you, and see you again in my next video. Bye bye.